I'm gonna try making beef ribs. I don't think I've ever made beef ribs before. We'll see how this one turns out. I'm gonna make the same way I make pork ribs, either baby back or spare ribs, using the 2-2-1 method. I'm gonna start by trimming off some of the fat since it's very thick. I decided to take the membrane off too, and I hope the ribs stay together. You guys tell me, do you keep this on or not? I mean, it looks really thick. Not really sure if you put mustard on here. I think it is really just for pork. It's just a binding agent for the rub. I'm going to season these ribs differently. On the left, I'm going to use this Memphis Pit rub that I use on my pork ribs. And for the other one, I'm going to use celery salt, garlic powder, onion powder, Himalayan salt, and black pepper. I then wrap these up in foil and let them sit in the refrigerator overnight. Alright, so I just pulled the ribs out the fridge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half. Right here, one half is going to go in my smoker on my grill and the other half is going to go in the air fryer. Guess that's about half. I then added some liquid smoke onto the ribs that are going into the air fryer. With the ribs prepped, I put it in the air fryer, then I set the temperature at 230 for 1 hour. I also got my grill set to about 225, perfect temperature to put the ribs in. The ribs have been cooking for about 2 hours now, so I pulled them out the air fryer. I normally cover the ribs on the top of the rack so it doesn't have the air blowing directly on it. I didn't do it this time, and as you can see, it reduced in size.
You mean shrinkage?
Yes! Significant shrinkage.
I prep it for the tenderizing phase by pouring apple juice on it and then wrapping it up in foil. I do the same thing to the ribs in my grill, and I cook these for another 2 hours. The 2 hours have passed, so I pull these out for the final phase. I put a little barbecue sauce on the ribs. This adds some color and adds some flavor, but it also makes like a nice bark on the ribs. I then put them back in the air fryer for 1 more hour. I do the same thing with the ribs on my grill, and I let those cook for 1 more hour. Okay, the final hour has passed. I'm going to pull them out and compare the difference. Let's take a closer look at this. This is the air fried one. No, wait, this is the one for my grill. Smoked. Oh, that smells good. This is the air fried one. My grill from the air fryer. Visually, they look the same. You can't even tell the difference. I'm gonna check for tenderness. Now, before I do check it, I'm a little concerned with the air fried one because I didn't cover it like I've done in the past. I think all the air that's constantly blowing on it may have dried it out. So I'm gonna cut the end pieces. Cuts really smooth, falls apart really easy, and it's really juicy. This is the air fried. Cut pretty easy. Ooh, that's still hot. Hot, hot, hot. It's still juicy. Look at that. And let's look at one of these. And the air fried one. I'm gonna say the air fried one actually looks more juicier. Look at that. Wow. Now the taste test. Barely getting the smoke flavor. There is some there though. This one's for my smoker. Oh yeah, that's good. That smoke makes all the difference. So much better. The air fryer one's good, just doesn't have that smokiness to it. I recently picked up this smoke gun and I want to see if I can try to get a little bit more smoke onto the ribs. Right when I tried lighting this up, my kids hit the light switch to the wrong room. I wasn't really sure how long I should keep it in the smoke, but I let it sit in there for about 10 minutes. And it made a huge difference. There is so much smoke flavor in the ribs now, almost too much smoke. But it was different than the smoke from my grills. This was more like surface layer smoke, and the ribs that came out of my grill, was like embedded into the meat. So as expected, air fried ribs are not as good as a smoked rib, but they are definitely good and it's very doable to create these in the air fryer. And you can cook these faster. It's just the faster you cook it, the less tender it's going to be.